Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. So picture this, you're hyped, the update just dropped, you click join, and nothing. The screen freezes, the button breaks. Error 502. Error 500. The whole site just dies. If you've been on Roblox long enough, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. Today, we're counting down 8 times Roblox completely crashed, and the games and events that caused it. Some of these you lived through, some of these became Roblox history. Let's get into it. Kicking things off at number 8, Royale High. Now, if you don't play Royale High, here's the short version. It's a fantasy dress-up school RPG with a fiercely dedicated fan base that has been around since 2017. And that fan base, they are not casual. When a big update drops for Royale High, those players flood back. That's exactly what happened with the launch of Campus 3, the game's massive, long-awaited new school environment that completely revamped how Royale High was structured. Campus 3 replaced the old hub system and introduced a brand new campus with dorms, classes, new sets of items, and a huge amount of new content. Players who had been waiting months for this rushed in at once. And here's where Roblox started to feel the pressure. Because Royale High is what's called a multiplace experience, meaning to actually play the game, you're constantly being teleported between different dimensions or realms. The school, the trading hub, the seasonal realms. They're all separate servers that Roblox has to connect you to in real time. When Campus 3 launched and hundreds of thousands of players tried to join simultaneously, those teleport connections couldn't keep up. Players started getting hit with the infamous teleport failed error over and over. You'd click to go from campus to the shopping district. Nothing. You'd try to enter the dormitories. Teleport failed. The Campus 3 server itself was reportedly so overwhelmed that just loading in could take several minutes, and many players found themselves completely stuck and unable to travel to any other part of the game at all. Community forums lit up. Royale High's fandom wiki filled with threads from players who couldn't move between realms for days after the launch. The Roblox status page showed degraded performance, and while the platform itself didn't go completely dark like some of the entries coming up on this list, for Royale High players, it might as well have. The game was completely broken at launch. The aftermath? The developers pushed out multiple performance patches in the weeks that followed, and Campus 3 gradually stabilized. But that launch window was rough. A reminder that even a highly anticipated update from a long-established game can bring Roblox to its knees. At number 7, we have a game that broke Roblox in a way nobody expected. Souls RNG. So, Souls RNG is a bit different from every other game on this list. In most games, you log in, play actively, and log out. Souls RNG flips that completely. It's an AFK-style luck-based game where the whole point is to roll for rare auras, essentially cosmetic effects based on random chance. Some auras have odds of 1 in a billion. So what do players do? They leave their accounts running 24 hours a day, for days, even weeks at a time, constantly rolling in the background while they sleep, go to school, go to work. Thousands of players all simultaneously permanently connected to Souls RNG servers. Now, during the major era updates, the game released eras 7, 8, and beyond through 2024, each bringing in entirely new sets of auras and massively increasing the game's player base. Something very specific started happening. When an era dropped, a huge wave of new players didn't just join for a few hours. They stayed. For days. All at once. The strain this put on Roblox's infrastructure was unlike anything the platform had seen before. It wasn't just a spike in logins. It was a sustained, prolonged occupation of server instances. Roblox's systems weren't designed for this kind of always-on, never-leaving behavior at scale. During and after major era launches, users across the platform began reporting widespread error code 500 messages, the generic internal server error, along with login failures and general instability. Players in completely unrelated games found themselves unable to join servers. The Souls RNG community noticed it too. Players on the fandom wiki started reporting that leaving their game on overnight would result in them waking up to find Roblox had crashed or booted them to a public server. It was a weird, slow-burning kind of infrastructure stress. Not a single explosive spike, but a grinding, relentless pressure on Roblox's server instances. The aftermath. Roblox quietly worked on how server instances were managed for long session games, and Sol's RNG has only grown since. As of 2024, it's one of the most simultaneously occupied games on the platform. The devs made it to the Roblox Innovation Awards. And number 6, Doors. If you were on Roblox in 2022, you know this game exploded out of nowhere. Doors launched in August of 2022 and became the second fastest game in Roblox history to hit 1 billion visits, doing it in just 3 months. The concept was simple and terrifying. Escape a haunted hotel, room by room, while avoiding increasingly nightmarish entities. Players loved it. So when developer LS Plash announced the Hotel Plus update, the first major expansion to the game, the hype was astronomical. Hotel Plus launched on January 28, 2023, and it was a massive content drop. The update introduced 10 brand new entities, including Dupe, who tricks you with fake doors, and Void, who teleports you when you fall too far behind your teammates. It added a whole new subfloor called The Rooms, introduced Jeff's Shop, where you can buy items mid-run, added new mechanics like the crucifix item that could repel certain monsters, overhauled the electrical room, revamped the death screen, and improved the anti-cheat system. It was, by every measure, a huge update, and the Roblox community responded accordingly. The moment Hotel Plus went live, servers were slammed with players. The sheer volume trying to create and join lobbies simultaneously was too much. Roblox's status page went red, the clearest public sign that something had gone seriously wrong platform-wide. Players trying to join any game, not just Doors, reported being stuck in loading screens or unable to connect to any servers at all. The degraded performance notice went up, and it stayed up. What made this one stand out was how far the damage spread. Doors is a multiplayer game where you and up to 4 players share a server. That means every session being created is pulling 4 people off the player queue simultaneously. And with hundreds of thousands doing this at once, Roblox's matchmaking systems couldn't cope. After the dust settled, Hotel Plus was universally praised as one of the best updates in Roblox history. The game continued to grow, eventually adding Floor 2, The Mines, in August 2024. But launch day? That was chaos. Halfway through the list, and we're getting into the serious ones. Number 5, Adopt Me, and the Fossil Egg update October 2020. By late 2020, Adopt Me wasn't just the most popular game on Roblox, it was one of the most popular games in the world. Every update it released was a global event. So when the developers announced the Fossil Egg, a new limited-time egg containing dinosaur and prehistoric-themed pets, and teased it for a full week with the Fossil Isle excavation event, players were ready to riot. On October 10th, 2020, the Fossil Egg dropped, and the numbers are almost hard to believe. Adopt Me reached approximately 1,786,076 concurrent players, just shy of 1.8 million, shattering their own previous world record for most simultaneous players in a Roblox game. To this day, that figure is referenced as one of the highest peak player counts in Roblox's history. The Fossil Egg itself featured a range of prehistoric creatures at different rarity tiers, from the common Triceratops and Pterodactyl, all the way up to the legendary T-Rex and Dodo bird. Players spent thousands of in-game dollars, and in some cases, real Robux, trying to hatch legendary pets. The FOMO was real, and it drove the numbers to historic highs. What happened to Roblox? The platform buckled. The Roblox data store, the backend system that saves player data and progress, went down under the load. Users reported being hit with internal server error messages when trying to browse the game discovery page, edit their avatars, or even log in. Players couldn't access their profiles. Developers using data store services in their own games found that saves were failing across the board. Not just in Adopt Me, but everywhere. The aftermath was felt for days. Adopt Me broke Roblox twice in 1 year. First with Dress Your Pets in April, and now this. Roblox had to seriously reckon with the fact that one game was capable of taking down the entire platform.